What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Orange League. This is going to be our second official battle of our tournament. We're getting right back into it with Bradley and Patrick right here. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, so good.
Oh, I'm so glad that you guys are here.
I'm excited, yeah.
Participating in our tournament. So, as you know, if you've been watching our tournament, we are using QR teams from the website EV9. It's a Japanese website where players can upload their teams, and so we have chosen some strong teams, assigned them randomly. So our players have never before played with these teams, which is the case with this whole tournament. So it's going to be a lot of good shenanigans, finding out how to play as we go, because everybody can play Pokemon regardless of your skill level. So we're going to get right into this first match.
We're going to see how true
this
that
is perfect here.
Yeah, I'm used to fighting these Pokemon, not used to using these Pokemon. This is like that episode of the anime where like the Jigglypuff is seen from above episode where like, you know, Ash gets
everybody's got a
Pokemon.
Printout of their team and the moves that they have in their EV spreads just in case they can reference it if they're like, you know, curious as to what they're doing or what they want to plan for. But yeah, this is, you know, no stress, no stakes except for the elusive prize at the end of a piece of candy. So our winner will be.
There's candy involved?
There's candy involved, and if you are a winner today, you may go home with a piece of candy of your own.
Oh,
I need that candy.
Hey, you're good. You need it more than me.
So best of luck in the match.
Me now? Pat knows me too well.
Best of luck, you guys. You can go ahead and start the match whenever you are ready. This should be exciting because I've never commentated a Pokemon match before, so we're all doing something new today.
I think you're doing great.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm acing it so far.
Yeah, as long as you're
As
enthusiastic.
long as nothing's
I'm
happening, I'm
down.
acing it.
Did you know? I've never done a Pokemon battle.
Really?
Other than against AI.
He knows the type matchups, but
Very
I guess it says on the bottom
exciting.
screen anyway. So.
Well, we're gonna show off the teams real quick just so that everyone knows what teams our two players are using for today. So now that you've seen those, you can go ahead and pick your beginning four, which should be kind of fun. I know that there's like a lot of different options and combinations you guys can use. Bradley's got a Clefairy on his team. Pat's got a Crab Castle. What's it called? Stack Attack.
Yeah, I forget its name all the time too.
Crab
Castle.
Crab Battle. And I'm interested to see how these Pokemon are gonna play out. Also, Bradley, you're swinging with Ludicolo, which I really like, and
I'm glad you like
always
Ludicolo.
That was like good like word usage too, saying swinging because you know the dance aspect.
He's swinging.
That's
he
fair.
swings.
That's fair. I do like my Ruby from Pokemon Coliseum. See, I'm excited to use a Clefairy, and then I'm also
Of course
terrified.
you are.
I'm also terrified because I've never used a Clefairy competitively.
I like to think that you would find the most weird one on your team and be like, yeah,
Absolutely.
okay, I'm gonna build it around this idea.
See,
Always a good choice.
him having Incineroar, I'm used to dealing with my Pokemon, not with any of these. All right.
Well, you have 15 seconds remaining to choose
yeah.
your players, so you better get cracking on that.
Don't worry.
better get swinging.
I'm tabula rasa over here.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, here we go. So Bradley is filling in the role of Alex, and Pat is filling in the role of Kels for today's play. So just so you can all follow along, just make sure you guys are aware.
I looked pretty good there. Like, I think I got a good shot of this.
I am a little sad
Just on style.
that you don't have the left-handed style up.
You know what? I don't in this game because I didn't finish it, but I definitely
fine.
got that in Pokemon Moon.
Yeah, they
originally.
changed it how you get into this game, so I don't blame
All
you.
right, Pat's coming out with Stack Attacker and Venusaur, while Bradley's starting off with Toxicroak and Tapu Koko. Electric Surge goes out onto the field. We'll be seeing some boosts there. We'll be seeing some good boosts. But as far as Stack Attacker's typing goes, I never got to the Ultra Beast parts of Ultra Sun and Moon, so I'm not sure where we're looking at with Stack Attacker. I don't really know much about what it can do and what it offers for the playing field, but I'm assuming because it's a giant castle, it's going to be pretty defensively built. So we'll see how that goes. It appears that Pat's side does have some pretty strong defenses. Right out the gate. I don't know if that was a strategy of you.
You know, I like these two. They look really cool.
They look great together.
Yeah. I think they
great
make
friends.
a cool team. I think they'd go to the beach together.
Bradley's swapping out for Kyogres to get that drizzle coming up in here.
Well, if you go to the beach, I hope you're used to the water.
All right, so Venusaur comes out with a Protect, which is a good defensive move. Just kind of scoping out, seeing what Bradley's going to come out with. Bradley comes out with a Light Screen, going to buff his own defenses. Looks like, ooh, and now we're getting all sorts of swap-ems. So our dimensions have been twisted. That's a Trick Room out on Pat's side, meaning that slower Pokemon will move first on for the next 5 turns. We got a lot of weather coming around. I like the combination of the electric terrain with the drizzle because it looks like we're in the midst of a really crazy, terrible thunderstorm. Sets the stage pretty nicely tonight.
Ooh. Woo! Oh man! Oh, that's gonna.
Oh god!
Yay!
Pat, I'm sorry.
Wow, so a lot of things just happened in there.
I don't know if Pat's aware, so I'm gonna tell you now.
No, don't tell me.
Okay.
Trust me. I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I already figured out what went wrong there.
Okay.
Well, those status conditions didn't get out, but big damage on, I believe that was the Kyogre. I think we're left with 10 HP there. But Static Attacker was taken out that turn. Lots of things just went on. Lots of, like 3 different things happened rapid fire all at once. But we're sending out Groudon on Pat's side, which will change the drizzle to a drought. The electric terrain still has a couple turns to play out. But we do not have the water type advantage now with Kyogre's drizzle. Driggle and Giggle. Oh, and it was Tapu Koko that got that big damage there. That was my mistake. I said it was Kyogre. But so far the match is still pretty even. I mean, we're down one side. We're down 1 Pokemon on Pat's side, but that's not so bad. Incineroar's coming out, the big boy in the drought. That's going to power up the fire type moves. So that's a pretty advantageous position. The Intimidate lowering the attack power of Tapu Koko and Kyogre, which is nice. So we'll see what Incineroar is going to bring out and to get these guys shaking in their boots, if you will. That's a protect from Tapu Koko, avoiding the damage, but...
Oh, no!
Wow.
All right, so the Dry Skin will cause Toxicroak to take a little bit of damage in Groudon's Drought, which is to be expected. Not a lot of damage, though, only 19. That's definitely survivable. So I think we'll see what Bradley comes back with to keep that Incineroar from being a rude boy. I'm a rude boy.
No, keep going. I think it's pumping me up.
That's about all the words that I know.
I understand.
Take it, baby.
Oh. I'm basically trying to stall out that Trick Room.
Gotcha.
I don't want that anymore.
So now that Bradley has revealed his plans, he's trying to stall out the Trick Room, which will reverse the speeds, and so he's trying to get back in an advantageous speed position. I would say that Bradley's well, I mean, Kyogre and Groudon have similar speeds. I'm not sure what Toxicroak's speed is, but as far as the Trick Room goes, it only has like 1 or 2 turns left. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. I'm sensing in this very first match between you guys are kind of like cautiously putting your toes in the water, trying to see how it is. I'm excited to see how the second and third, if the third match happens, how those will end up now that you guys like gain your confidence, test out what your teams can do, figure it out.
See, it makes me nervous because he still has Venusaur in the back.
I'm trying to figure out what moves do.
Big precipice blaze.
Baby.
That's a focus sash on Toxicroak, so it does not take it out. But that was some mega damage both on Toxicroak and Kyogre, which is going to be. I think that was a really good move on your side.
Really
poisoned,
depressing.
Incineroar loses half his health and becomes poisoned, so that's going to be something to deal with. But we do have a berry, which is going to. What was that berry?
That's the
one that reduces
the
Pasho berry?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's not going to heal us, but it will cause him to survive that hit that he just survived. So there goes Kyogre off the field, and out comes Solgaleo. He was dragged out.
Not by my doing.
Dragged out.
Sure.
All right. Does that enough to take it out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, and Poison does claim Incineroar's life, meaning that we are on two Pokemon left on Pat's side, which is going to be that Venusaur coming back out. And then, Bradley, do you still have all 4 of you guys right now? Or you lost, no, you lost one of them.
No, he's got all 4.
Okay, no, you got you guys.
2 of them are pretty weak.
Yeah, we got some pretty low health, so.
It's not set in stone for me just yet. Pat could still win this.
Yeah, it's kind of a pick-off game now here, unless you have more tricks up your sleeve. But either way, I think we're gonna start seeing some KOs pretty quickly.
I've always got tricks up my sleeve. Of course. Okay.
Toxicroak with Protect, trying to figure out what's going on.
You have to. Yeah, I get it.
It will spare his life this turn. And Solgaleo comes out with a big...
Yeah.
Okay.
Big name of that move, which I'm going to actually...
Zen Headbutt.
Zen Headbutt.
Yeah,
It doesn't say on the top there unless I'm looking directly at it.
It's fun.
We got a Precipice Blades. It's not going to hit Toxicroak, but it will hit Solgaleo. That'll probably do some significant damage there. Over half, so that's not too bad. Toxicroak's Dry Skin. Will that... Ooh, okay, now that it's drizzling again, that will heal Toxicroak, so we didn't die from that. Congrats. That was good.
Good job.
Good job, Toxicroak, for not dying.
That was good.
Yeah.
What a weird Toxicroak.
Have you ever run Toxicroak?
No, I've never used a Toxicroak in my life.
Toxicroak's a really, really cool Pokemon. I like it very, very much so because it's not only is it designed after the horror frog, which is a frog that breaks its bones through its hands in order to stab things and like as a defense mechanism. Crazy. Can you imagine like if somebody was like coming at you and you were like, you want to fight, and you like broke your arms and the bones that were sticking out you stabbed the guy with? That would be some horror stuff. No way.
I would stop that fight real
Not
quick.
Not into that.
See, the problem with this Toxicroak is that it doesn't have a fighting type move, and that's what keeps messing me up.
Oh, that's really good to know.
I mean, I'll say it now.
Yeah. It's good to
It
know
doesn't
for the next
matter now.
matches,
Either you're gonna outspeed me and KO me here, or I'm gonna outspeed you and KO you
All
here.
right. Solgaleo goes down. Toxicroak goes down. So we are left with 2 and 1.
Listen, I'm just really glad I didn't get 4-0. that was my big goal there.
You've been bringing out a great showing. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed about at all for either of your play in this match so far.
You can still win this too. Like I could
yeah.
miss. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Yeah. Low health on all fronts here for pretty much all the Pokemon that are on the field. So we're just gonna see. I think it comes down to speed and who can outspeed the other to take them down first. So yeah, there's not much time left in this match. Let me tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what this next move does.
Yeah, I think that this is probably going to be the last move.
This may be the last turn of the game. We're gonna see. I guess it all depends on
It has to be this.
Yeah, I knew you were going to.
If I have a prediction here, yeah, I was gonna say that Tapu Koko is gonna use Protect so that no matter what, it's gonna survive whatever comes, and then in the next, it'll probably outspeed. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Kyogre gets the Water Spout, which is gonna take out the Groudon.
I was a little nervous that Water Spout wouldn't do enough because my HP was so low, but I didn't want a chance using Origin Pulse and missing.
Understood.
So
yeah,
I
I
had
think
to go
that
for it.
you take the risks and you take the
I
rewards.
thought you were going to play super defensive.
Oh, sure.
Otherwise, I was going to use Protect there as well.
It's fair.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't keep saying stuff like this, but like my Tapu Koko, the only damaging move it had was Volt Switch.
Sure.
I had to be like, well, if
Yeah, what are
Kyogre
you gonna
gets
do?
KO'd
Yeah,
here.
that's no problem. I mean, like, yeah, you can reveal or not reveal as much as or as little of your team as you want. Like, I mean, obviously, the more we play, the more is going to be revealed. So,
Sure.
you know, do with it what you will, and it's fun. It's fun all together either way. We're going to come back at the beginning of our next match, so we're going to set things up again, and we'll be right back.
Great.
And we're back with our second match. It is now time to see how our players are going to adapt to their second round here. We may see Ludicolo and Clefairy on the field we haven't seen yet. We may see a Veltal and Tapu Lele, which we haven't seen yet. We'll find out how our two Pokemon trainers have decided to adjust themselves to take on the next coming battle. This could either be the last match if Bradley does sweep it, or if Pat comes back with a strong defense, or strong offense, defense, whatever you decide to do. You could take the second match and we'll bring it to a third round. How you guys feeling coming into round 2?
Terrified.
Terrified.
I'm not terrified because I feel like I'd have to know more to be terrified.
I understand. You know, there is something very, very, very significant to be said for beginner's luck, and I'm not just saying that, like, you know, beginner's luck, but that's a real thing. And like sometimes not knowing is advantageous because you don't play into what the other person thinks that you're about to do.
On top of that, because it's just the way that I like do everything. Now that we know this team, this was kind of like a warm-up match. We're not changing teams in this tournament,
Right.
are we?
No, we're not changing teams.
So like now that I know what my team is,
Right.
I'm gonna research.
Right. And even more so,
And just y'all wait.
like Pat made a genuine mistake in the previous match, but now that he knows the mistake, I'm like, well,
Sure, and that being, if you didn't quite catch it, it was trying to use a status move in the electric terrain, which was not effective. All right, cool. So we got Clefairy coming out on Bradley's side, who we hadn't seen before. We did start again with Stack Attack and Incineroar this time on Pat's side, who we have seen before, but I'm interested to see how that's going to change up. Not using Venusaur in the first throw out, if you will. Is that what we call it? The throw out?
I like
That's what
it.
I'm calling it. That's what I'm calling it from now until eternity, posterity. Gosh, I love Clefairy.
There's something.
Yeah, this is tough because I have no idea what this Clefairy is going to bring to the table.
Gotcha.
I have a question. I'm going to ask it, I guess, pretty much as it happens. Does Follow Me out prioritize Fake Out? Nope. Nope,
Looks
it does
like
not.
It does not. so Clefairy attempts to use a follow me.
I didn't know.
That's all right. It attempts to draw the attack, which does not work because the fake out has higher priority. So the fake out will hit Solgaleo. Follow me would have affected Stakataka, but Stakataka did use the Trick Room to get speed advantage going. So the follow me unfortunately was a moot point for this round. But that's fine. That's one turn. I don't think that's going to affect the rest of our match too much. From what I know, the Clefairy's main use is Eviolite, so we're going to have boosted defenses as opposed to Clefable. But is there? Well, I guess I don't want to reveal too much about what your team does, but it does survive that hit with an okay amount of HP left. We target the Solgaleo with
I'm
the
still
Flare
learning
Blitz.
this Clefairy as well.
No problem.
I didn't realize. I guess
He gets the burn off
it makes sense.
with the Incineroar.
But I didn't realize how slow Clefairy's speed was.
Yes.
It's
To my understanding,
I tried to use it to my advantage. I'm like, nope, you're still
to
slower.
my understanding, Clefairy, when Clefairy's built into a VGC team, it's usually given 0 speed, at like the lowest amount of speed possible to work on Trick Room teams. So it's probably going to be have some pretty good priority during a Trick Room setting. Anyway, we got the burn off using that Flare Blitz with your Incineroar on that Solgaleo, which is going to be good. That'll cut his attack as well as slowly sap his HP, which is never a bad thing to have on a legendary because they're always a little bit tougher to take down. So pretty good as far as the match is concerned right now. There's not much I can say of which way it's going to go. Bradley will send out Kyogre, which will start up the Drizzle. Powering up the water type moves.
Making the
thunder.
Making it
100%
rain.
accuracy, if that's relevant. Clefairy pops out another follow me, trying to draw some attacks. Probably going to get taken out.
I should have left it alone.
Gyro Ball.
All right. That's fine.
So that Gyro Ball probably was for Clefairy anyway, because that's a steel type against a fairy type. So that takes out Clefairy. But I feel like that was kind of your plan, Bradley, was to get Clefairy knocked out so that Kyogre didn't take as much damage.
A little bit, yeah.
Gotcha. The knockoff knocks off the Choice Scarf for Kyogre, opening it up to using whatever moves it wants to, which could be either good or bad thing, depending on whether he wants a lot of damage or a lot of choice. But Tapu Koko comes out and combines that Drizzle with an Electric Surge as it did last match.
This all still makes me terrified.
We're still not sure what Pat has in the back, his back 2 Pokemon, what his...
That's why I'm terrified.
what he's got there. And what your last one is too, right? I thought. We haven't seen your last one either, Bradley.
Right.
Another Gyro Ball into the Tapu Koko.
Yeah.
That's gonna do
Probably wouldn't kill.
a good amount of damage.
I didn't think it was gonna kill it. It didn't the first time either.
That was some big
But the
time
damage
damage,
is
though.
good.
Yeah, that's definitely some good damage. That Water Spout does some mega damage, takes out the Stakataka, gets some good damage on Incineroar, who has about a third or fourth left over. Tapu Koko gets some Reflect Up, raising up the defenses of. Is it defense? It is special defense.
Reflect is regular defense.
Light Screen is special defense.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's raised his defenses on that, which also will last for about 5 turns or so. Groudon comes out, negates the Drizzle in favor of Drought. That's going to give us the Fire type advantage, and the Sunlight turns harsh. Man, weather really does kind of change the tides of battle, doesn't it? It really sets you up for an interesting position, depending on how you play with it. So it's always very important to know your weather patterns, know your terrain patterns, and do your best.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's try something. Interesting. All right.
Incineroar is withdrawn, and we get Venusaur coming out. Venusaur in Sunlight. I'm assuming this has a Chlorophyll, so that will be a speed boosted Venusaur at this point. And I believe the Trick Room's run out. Is that correct?
I think this is
this last turn.
Okay, gotcha. So that will put you in a good position for once the Trick Room runs out. You'll either move slowest this turn, or actually you just got sent out, so it should set him up to be pretty speedy in the next turn.
I used this mainly for Groudon, but that would have been great if it hit
Yeah.
Yeah. It did do a significant portion of damage to Groudon, but Venusaur is looking happy, looking healthy.
Look, kudos to whoever put this team together. I'm finding very many flaws with it. Who gives?
Are they flaws, or are they just new experiences that you haven't learned yet?
As much as I would like to be optimistic, I'm not used to battling with like actual Pokemon that are meant for this type of thing. I want my quirky Pokemon that I made specifically.
For those of you at home that don't know or maybe aren't familiar, Bradley does have a list of Pokemon. How many Pokemon is your list?
45.
45
2 of them
Pokemon.
are Noctowl.
Oh,
44.
Interesting.
44 Pokemon that he confines himself to when he chooses his teams. It's kind of like a personal challenge for you, right?
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting that you do that. So,
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh
Wow.
my god!
Yay! Woo! So we got a Leaf Storm coming in, taking out the Kyogre. Nice move there. That's gonna it's gonna lower your special attack.
I needed
with us.
Venusaur to go
Too
down.
bad.
Gosh, darn
that
it.
was nuts.
That was a pretty good move. Taking out a pretty good Pokemon. Solgaleo is still burned, so even though Venusaur is alive only just, it did what it needed to do for that turn. That's very,
I needed it to go down. All right, I needed one of them to go down, and neither of them went down. It's gotta be this then.
Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does.
So how are you feeling about the makeup of your team?
Well,
Are they Pokemon that you would ever choose, or?
you know, what I like is there's a bunch I knew.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
You know?
that's good.
It feels like a big thing.
Always an advantage to know the Pokemon that you're about to use.
But I was really worried because not that I know a lot, obviously, but I do know about Trick Room, and I knew
Sure.
I knew I never wanted to use it.
I just,
But
okay.
I'm actually having a lot of fun with it.
I just realized I just trapped myself.
Uh-oh.
If I'm
yourself
about to
with
lose
Listen, the
this-
fact that you only have Bolt Switch,
Yeah.
it's kind of rough.
I'll explain if I wind up losing this battle, like what I'm afraid of.
Sure, no problem there. We still have the Burn Solgaleo. We have got the Tapu Koko. That's it for Bradley's side. So this is looking a little bit bleak, but we'll see if he can pull something out. We got Groudon, Venusaur, and Pat's last guy in the back there. So we'll find out, or maybe we won't find out who that ended up being. We'll see. He may not come out. Tapu Koko
I
uses
had
the
them both
Volt
go after
Switch.
Venusaur.
Venusaur
Yes.
protects himself. Solgaleo uses headbutt, so no damage out onto Pat's side by Bradley on this turn.
So-
the Precipice Blaze is gonna
That's it.
take out
So
both of them. So that's the end of that match there.
My flaw with this is that Solgaleo was choiced into using Zen Headbutt,
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
last Pokemon was Incineroar. So if Solgaleo was my last Pokemon and Incineroar was your last Pokemon, there's nothing I could have done because you're Dark type. So
Sometimes you
you'd be
run
immune.
yourself into a bad
I
situation.
forgot I still had a first Pokemon.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's partially why
I gotta play really defensively. I've only got these two. I didn't even pay attention.
Nice. No, that's nice. That was a nice win. So that actually is going to take us out to a third match. So which we will come back and resume in just a couple moments.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to our final match. This is going to be 3 of 3, Bradley versus Pat. Who will take the spot for today and win and move on to the next round of our tournament? We will find out.
I just need to make sure not to trap myself again. That was a
I
big
hope.
Well,
mistake.
you both had a match under your belt. Now you've both won one, so you know at least you're doing some things right with your teams, and you're a little bit more familiar. Played 2 matches with them, so I'm thinking that this match is going to be the culmination of your effort so far in your brand new, fun team.
I really
with
hope
our QR tournament.
that out of nowhere, you bring Ludicolo.
Oh,
You know, we have not seen Ludicolo yet.
Yeah,
Are
it's
these
funny
some
'cause
mind
he is
games
one of the
coming out
first
from
Pokemon
Pat's
that's sending
side?
out.
Yeah.
Like,
Listen,
I was
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what he does at all. I don't
Okay.
know what his advantages and disadvantages
Okay.
are, but I just want to look at the goofy guy.
He's got great animations.
He's
Like
a
I was about
dancer.
to hit confirm while you said that, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just stick with this guy. The thing I was contemplating was like, do I want to bring him? I guess I will.
Pat opens up with Stack Attack and Venusaur once again, as he did in the very first match. And Bradley's going to start with a Kyogre and Ludicolo combo, which is going to be good. That Kyogre brings out the Drizzle, which, if all is as it normally is, Ludicolo probably has something that's going to boost him up in that Drizzle. Whether that be, let me see what that is. Yep, he does, but I'm not going to reveal that to Pat because I think that's cheating.
I mean, you can say it out loud. I feel like
there's
it's fair
either-
for him to know.
There's
the
there's 2 things that happen when Pokemon have abilities that are, you know, when grass type Pokemon have weather abilities. They either have chlorophyll or they have like Swift Swim. Swift Swim makes them faster in
Rain.
in rain, and chlorophyll makes them faster in sunlight. So
Yeah.
I believe the Venusaur on Pat's team has the chlorophyll. So that's
Oh,
where we're at.
That makes so much more sense. Okay.
Sakataka comes out with a Protect. I love how his eyes just kind of like roll up and around. That's pretty cool.
Huh.
Woo! And we get a water spout out on the Sakataka, who protected itself, so no damage on that. The water spout will, though, hit Venusaur for actually a pretty significant amount of damage, considering it was not very effective, and the Venusaur got flinched, could not move, which is some rough luck for that first move. But we'll see where things go from here. That Ludicolo, what did it do? Was that fake out?
Yeah.
Okay, that was fake out. I didn't see it written.
So now that I've used it, I can't use it until I switch out again.
Sure. But it's fake out's a great priority move that's really good to start up a battle with, especially if you don't anticipate having other priority moves from your opponent's side. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
We're in there. I believe the ones that we haven't seen on your side, Pat, yet were Veltal. It was Veltal and Tapu Lele yet. So I don't know if you've decided to choose those guys, bring them here, or if you're going to stick with the guys you've learned.
That's a lot of damage. Yeah, get ready for much of the same.
Yikes! So a big attack from Bradley's side that will take out both Venusaur and Stakataka. That is a big move.
Yeah, this is actually really rough to come back from.
Well, I used Grass Knot in case he switched to like Groudon or something.
Sure.
Figured using double water would have messed me over just in case. Although, if one of your Pokemon is Groudon, then my Swift Swim is now null and void.
That's true. That would be true.
There's Incineroar. Okay.
Got Incineroar coming out on the field.
And there's Groudon. Okay.
And Groudon. So that should give us an Intimidate on Pat's side, which will lower the offenses of Bradley's side, and the Drought will, of course, switch the weather to Harsh Sunlight, which is going to nerf both Kyogre and Ludicolo, which does put you in an advantageous position, even though you are down 2 guys. So we'll see where things go from here.
That's interesting. Normally I'm all about like switching out Kyogre and switching it back in to deal with the Drought, but now like, because it's his last Pokemon, I know I can do that, but I feel like if I do that, it's predictable and it's a waste of time and I'm thinking too much about it and he's gonna counter me.
That's the whole deal with Pokemon, man. It's all mind games and deciding what will they use. It's like Death Note. If you ever seen Death Note, it's like,
I'm familiar with.
If I do this, I know that he will do this, so I must not do this because he will be expecting this. That is Pokemon to a T. And if you can get good at prediction, that is like 99% of the game in Pokemon. In my opinion, I don't know. People might feel differently, especially those who play it often. But honestly, prediction is a huge part of any competitive game.
I just had to take this, yeah.
Okay. Got the flinch, couldn't move. Ludicolo uses the Grass Knot, which on a Groudon should do a lot of damage because he's a heavy boy.
Heaviest Pokemon.
Honestly, either one was going to do a lot.
Yeah. Grass Knot, for those of you watching at home, if you don't know, Grass Knot will do higher damage to the heavier Pokemon. The heavier the Pokemon is, and Groudon, unfortunately, being the heaviest Pokemon, gets a lot of damage, and he gets knocked out for that.
All right.
Kyogre uses a water spout on Incineroar, which will activate the pressure.
after...
We had some tight matchup problems in this match. I think we had just like a disadvantage because there was just too many things that your Pokemon couldn't overcome as far as those giant, big giant moves.
You know what, though? I do hate to say it.
But man, that's some good
Ludicolo
defense
did
there.
help me a lot here. And
Two super effective moves right there, but like did less than half of the damage to Incineroar, though. That's some staying power. Yo! Big attack from Incineroar that almost takes out the Ludicolo. That's pretty wild.
I know there's sunlight, but I didn't know that was going to do so much. All right, get out of here. I've had enough of you.
Bradley's trying to go for an endgame move, it seems like. Let's see if Pat has anything else that will either stick you around for one more match.
I think that this will.
This appears to be the end for Incineroar today. So congratulations, Bradley. You do move on to the tournament.
Thank you very much, Pat.
A great showing, though,
to you,
Pat.
though, in all seriousness.
Yeah,
for you having not played a VGC match before, that was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
A match for each of you. You guys both did really, really great. How are you feeling at the end of this? Tournament?
I can calm down.
No tears, no sorrows.
Yeah, I think I just needed to, because those were the only 2 Pokemon that could fuck with that entire team. So I think I just needed to switch out with someone and assume that he was going to be doing that.
Well, I think it was a great showing by both of you. I think you both played really well, and I think that that was really an exciting, intense match.
Yeah,
so,
it was a ton of fun.
Thank you for the treat to the eyes.
Thank you, Bradley.
And thank you guys at home for watching the Orange League. We'll be back probably next week with another episode coming at your fingers, coming at your ear holes. I don't know. Coming to your eyes, to your ears. Yeah. And you can click it with your finger to start it.
Yo, use those senses.
Use all those senses. Figure things out. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.